All right, so we want to try to identify the bias in our questions. And we talked about this at the end of the last video. So I'm going to throw some samples at us and see if we can spot the bias. All right, so here's 3 examples and see if you can spot the bias, if there is any, and then how could you fix it. All right, pause the video, give it a shot. All right, so this first one, the problem is it uses the word useful for math and impractical for art history. Okay, so basically, there's a lot of ways you could describe this, but this is called like a loaded question because it has strong words like impractical and useful. Okay, and I would say another way to say this is it's biased towards math because the words suggest that math is better, which it of course is, but I'm just kidding. Um, that's not necessarily true. So, all right, so that's called a loaded question. Second one is an example of a leading question because it says, do you agree? So that is trying to lead them to the answer of yes, which is biased towards the answer of Mr. Westman. And I obviously shouldn't need bias at all because the answer is going to be I'm funnier anyhow. Okay. Oh, and then as far as fixing them, I should have talked about in both of these. So on the first one, we could fix this by just getting rid of these words. I think would be okay. Studying subjects such as math or art history. Which are they better off studying, math or art history? Okay. And here again, I would want to get rid of this, and then you could just say, who do you think is funnier, Mr. Westphal or Evan Anderson? Okay, last one. This one usually trips students up, but see if you can find the problem with this. Okay, and so this one, the problem is combining 2 issues. Okay, because it's got both the nutritious question and the tasty question all in one. So like somebody that, I don't know why I can't spell nutritious, but whatever. Probably like that. Someone could think the food is nutritional but not tasty, or vice versa, right? So they're unable to answer this because you're combining the 2 issues. So you'd want to make it into 2 separate questions. Like, do you think the food is nutritious? Question 1. Question 2, do you think it's tasty? Okay. So if you feel like you got it, you can move on, but otherwise I'll do 3 more examples here quick. And if you want one more test of it, you can pause the video and try them first. Okay, and so I'd say this one is like it's biased towards the answer of no, and it's using strong words because of strong words. Right, like this poison, right? Like you should probably call it like fertilizer or whatever the heck it is instead of calling it poison. Right, so that one's bias. Do you agree that most childcare workers are underpaid? And this one again would be a leading question because it says, don't you agree? So it's trying to get them to say yes. So this would be a leading question, or bias towards yes would be another way to say it. Do you think teachers should communicate frequently with students and their parents about class grades? So that one's not too bad. Do you think? Yeah, I mean, you could say it's unbiased. If you went unbiased on this, I guess that would be reasonable to me. I guess you could argue that it's combining issues because you're communicating with students and parents. So maybe you think they should communicate frequently with students, but not necessarily parents. So that could be a problem, is it could be combining issues. On the test, honestly, if you want to argue one way or the other, I think you can have multiple right answers to some of these. So I will take it as long as you have a reasonable defense of your position. All right, that's it. So in this lesson, there was 2 different things like biased question wording and then the 4 different sampling methods, right? Which I forgot where they are, but convenient, self-selected, systematic, and random. And those are the 2 test questions: is to identify the sampling method and then to identify bias and how the question is asked. And these are important because you want good data. So you have to ask good questions and you have to try to randomly sample from your population. All right, that's it. Thanks for watching.